amount of attrition each month. So what you want to do is you want to get all of your newbies on track. You need to either get them trained or find out exactly if they're just wholesale customers, you need to work them hard like a new customer. You need to work them as if they have, here just a second, I'm sorry. You work with them as if these wholesale ambassadors are customers. And I think a lot of people forget that. They get people signed up on their team and immediately mentally they flip to, oh, they're an ambassador. And they kind of just send them training information and maybe put them in a training group so they learn how to rock the business. And really the whole time they're like, I kind of just want to see if these products work before I jump into this business. Now you will have other people that are like, I just want to work this business. I want to get in, and that's great. But you have to remember that there's different where people join this business for different reasons, or join as an ambassador for multiple reasons. So that being said, you've got new ambassadors on your team. First thing you need to do is you need to visit with each of these folks and find out what their goals are. What are their why they want to do this, and what they want to achieve even in this first month of Lexus. What are you hoping to gain? Some will say, gosh, I just want to feel better. Great. Immediately you know, okay, this person is not in the business game yet. This person is really more focused on health. You've got to know where your ambassadors lie. The more you know where they are, the more you care about them. You care about their success, whether it's with the products or with the business or with both. But know that, y'all. Really find out from each of these people what their goals are. That is so important. I think if you're running at a crazy pace, thinking that they're alongside you and thinking that you're building them with belief when the whole time they're like, I just want to I just want to get these headaches gone, then you've wasted effort. You've wasted time. And you may have pushed them away. They may think you're being pushy when the whole time you thought that, hey, I wasn't being pushy. I'm just trying to help them out. So make sure you know what their goals are. This can be in a really comfortable text message. If you think that getting on the horn with them is going to push them away a little bit, start with a text message going, hey, you want to visit? I would love to visit with you real quick to find out what your goals are for Plexus this month. I want to help you. I want to ride alongside you the whole way. Let me know what you're hoping to get out of the biz, and see what they say. Then from that, if you don't know how to help them, if they're like, well, I'm not really sure, and I'm not really this and that, and you give them a few more words of encouragement and they still don't know, talk to your upline. Say, hey, can you help me? This person doesn't really know how they fit into Plexus. I'm really not sure how to encourage them. Y'all, don't just not do anything with that person. Everybody needs a little bit of something, whether it's a word of encouragement, whether it's strategy on how to change up their products, whether it's here's what you need to say to launch your business. Everybody that joins Plexus is looking for something. More than not, they join Plexus for financial reasons, because they want to work it as a business or they want to get their products cheaper. That's a financial reason. So make sure that you find out what they need and that you start to support them right off. And if you feel like you can't support them yourself because you're not sure how to, reach to your upline and let's get them supported. Now, let's talk about people that are joining your team and that you know they're interested in the business. They're interested in, hey, I kind of got to give this a shot, but where do I even start? Please, please, please give them baby steps and give them stuff that they can do every single day. Don't overcomplicate things, y'all. Don't send them a million training videos and lists of information and massive checklists that look daunting. The very first thing these folks need to do if they're ready to get the word out is they need to get the word out, and that needs to be written well. I have a new level 1 just signed up with me 2 days ago. I had her write out what her initial post was going to be. I said, let's introduce yourself to your Facebook world. We need to tell everyone you're doing this. That's how we're going to start this. So let's go ahead and write something up. So she wrote something on Google Docs and shared it with me. And the great thing about Google Docs, y'all, is you can go in and I was able to pull it up, make changes, and she saw my changes real time. and then she could cut and paste it. She wrote something. It was good, but it was very formal, and it looked as if I was reading some salesy pitch. So I took some of it and made it more conversational, made it more like a fun post that she might be putting up about her kids or her family. And then she had written some stuff about her children in there that gave me that was a coachable moment for me. I got to go back to her and say, okay, hon, you have to know that we cannot talk about children in posts, but let's save that portion of this intro and use that to create a what is Plexus email that you can send out to people privately. So I took her post, or her initial post. We just used the first paragraph of it. She talked about how it's helped her husband with his neuropathy. Of course, we were very compliant. We talked about how it's going to help her financially already, and we went ahead and posted it. And I had her post a picture of her entire family, and she had said in the post that she was really hoping for a change for her and her family. So we put that up last night. We took the rest of the post, and I had her write herself an email as if somebody had said, so what is Plexus? And I said, Chris, write yourself an email right now. Type it out. Send it to me first. I'll read it, make sure it looks great, and then send it again to yourself and save that to your files. That was the second thing she did. Because she said, Roz, okay, I've got this post up on Facebook. What am I going to do once people are interested? I'm like, you have to have an answer ready immediately. And it doesn't have to be long. It can be a quick, maybe 5 to 10 sentences even. And hers was, when people have actually asked about it. Hey, Melissa, do you want to mute everybody?
Yes.
I'm hearing a lot of it.
Unmute yourself after I do that. Hang on one sec.
Okay, hon.
All right. Okay, I've got you.
There we go. Okay, great. Okay. Once she has this email written and that she can shoot out to people, the benefit to that too is she can highlight that same email and copy it and paste it as a text message to friends. I told her to have that ready. This is a woman who works full time. So I'm trying to cue her up so that she can quickly be successful. Quickly in the first, 5 hours of that post being up. She put her post up, and unfortunately she had a lot of people get on there and say, oh, I'm on Plexus, or I'm trying Plexus. I'm like, dang it. But she did have a few up that jumped on there and that did say, hey, I'd like to hear more about this. So for those people that, she might know through business, maybe she'll send them an email. To the people that posted about that might be people that are her friends or family, she can text or inbox them. I'm having her reach out to people in the way that would most make sense for her to communicate to them. If it's family, it's probably going to be a text or even a phone call. That's really important, especially in this first 5 hours of her, 5 to 10 hours really of her getting that post up. But no, I then utilize that moment as a coachable moment to a lot of these are comment, like, check, or anything. But now they're going to be watching you for the next few days. So what you do in these next few days is really important. So this morning, I told her around noon, we're going to put up another post. And in that post, we're going to say something kind of cheeky, a little funny, something about what Plexus has done and what it's done already for her husband. Her husband had blood clots in his leg.
Hey, we lost you, Roz. We lost you, Roz.
He was needing started on the nerve, which is really interesting. We're in Fayetteville right now. You can exit wherever you want if you want to eat. Sorry, my husband's trying to exit. We're in Fayetteville. Can you hear me, Melissa?
Now we can. We lost you there.
Okay. Yeah. I was just saying, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So,
we got you now.
So y'all didn't miss anything.
So, Raj, you were saying that her second post is going to be in regards to what it's done for her husband.
The first one talked about her husband, but the second one, it's going to be something more fun about maybe something that her husband can now do. And we're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to have a conversation. Okay, what are some things? How has this changed his life? Is kind of what I want to say. Okay, how is this? And she's gonna. Is this your exit? Sorry, we're trying to figure out what exit we're supposed to take, guys. We haven't done this drive enough to know. I'm sorry.
That's great. No worries.
Do you need me to look at a map real quick? Here, just 1 second, you guys. There's an exit that's going to go to the left, and we're going to stay to the right. That's our hotel when we come back, and we're going to go. We'll see it up here. Sorry, y'all. We are on our way to the Ozarks right now to take my daughter to summer camp. So this is called Plexus Freedom.
Nicole,
if you need help on an exit, let us know.
Yeah, they're in Arkansas. So if you need help, you've got Brooke and Nicole.
And Jill.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi, guys. Hi, we are coming up. We are going north through Fayetteville right now, and we need to do that where you cut across. You know where the freeway veers left and goes up to Rogers? We want to go right. What's that road that goes right?
It's the Fayetteville business exit.
Yes.
It'll veer off. Yeah, it'll veer off to the right. They kind of changed it recently.
Okay, it's the Fayetteville business exit. Remember when it veers off to the right, babe? And that's what we take. Okay, thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
This is awesome. Who would ever know I've got a little GPS crew on this call? This is legit. Okay, so I'll hop back on where we were. Okay, so like I said, at noon today, we're going to go ahead and put up another post. I'm going to have her also make sure that she puts up a family post later this afternoon. It gets really dicey when you sign up with Plexus and then you immediately start going Plexus, 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 Plexus constantly. Immediately, you'll turn some people off. So I'm trying to start her right. I'm trying to get her on the right path when we're starting. Also, she's also going to be getting a lot of questions. I'm trying to keep myself available. When I have a newbie posting, I try to tell her I will have my phone on me, or I'll tell her I'm busy at this time, but I will be around at 5 o'clock. I give her my availability so that she can reach out to me, because y'all remember when you were brand new, when you were blowing up your upline's phone because you didn't understand a product or you didn't know how this or that worked. I know she's going to be going through that. So I'm making sure that I'm as available as I can be. I don't think that's your exit, John. Okay, that was it. All right, we see it. 71B business. Okay, sorry, there's a lot of construction. I completely apologize, Melissa. This is not what
so awesome. I love you. I just love you for doing this.
Okay, so now, all right, I'm back on. Anyway, now, so I've got her going, and that's kind of my new level one that I'm building up. I've got another one that wants to sign up, and I'm telling her right now, girl, you need to sign up at the beginning of this month if you want to get in on this, because what she's seeing is all of our leaders retreat posts and all this. We're going, and she sees it as, oh, they're going on a fun trip. I'm explaining to her what Leaders Retreat is, and then I'm like, girl, if you want to get on this, you need to get on July 1st. We don't have a lot of time left in this contest, and I need to give you as much time to build as an ambassador as you possibly can to get you qualified for this contest. I'm going to try everything I can to get her going. Not sure if I can, but I need to give her the best chance that she can possibly get, and that's getting them in right away. When someone's like, oh, I might sign up, I'm not sure when. If you don't give them a sense of urgency, y'all, they're going to be fence sitters, and they're going to be sitting and sitting and sitting. So you always do your best to build this sense of urgency. Somebody's like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of interested. You're like, you need to get in right now. This is the time. Do you know that they're doing a leaders retreat contest and people are going to Orlando, and they're, John Maxwell speaking, and we've got all this amazing stuff going on. There's going to be a Halloween party, and you can win.
We lost you.
Sorry. Somebody called in. I should have I can't put it on airplane mode, so again, sense of urgency is huge, you guys. Even when you're posting right now, it's July, post with a sense of urgency. I mean, even doing a couple words in your post bold, simple little things in communication like that, but just saying, oh my gosh, our team's blowing up. You can even say our greater team. I found out last night that we gained 1,200 new ambassadors in the month of June. Okay, I'm going to use that all day today in my posts. This team, and you can say this team because you guys are all on Power Team. This team gained 1,200 people. People are jumping on right and left. Come join us. What a time. Ground floor. Any one of those, any type of terminology like that that can cause a sense of urgency. That's what you definitely want. So we're getting people on, we're getting them trained, and we're actually helping them queue up their first post. We're telling them that we're available so that when they have questions, so then, okay, now they're sitting. They're like, okay, I've done my post. I got a few questions. Now what do I do? This time, this little holding time, this is when I have them, if they haven't already, make their Frank's list. All right, let's start making a list. I'm trying to give them stuff to do, to do income producing actions. If I just tell them a couple things and then I go vacant, they're sitting around not knowing what to do. So I like to give them things that they can be working on, things that can immediately, give them quick sales. The minute you get these people over $100, y'all, they're making money. A lot of them, with their own orders after their welcome packs. I've got some in this case that are commission qualified. I'm going to lock my doors. I'm in an interesting area right here. Sorry. You guys, so you really, I really want to encourage you guys to make sure that you have these people under your arm. And the reason I keep going on and on about this, we see a lot of attrition lately. And what I hear from people that have either left my team or left other teams and wanted to come to this team is they say, I signed up and I never heard from anybody again. I signed up and I just, the person above me quit, and then no one above me, ever reached out. Do you all have anybody that's white lined that has a team? Even one person that's wholesale? If you do, you guys, it will behoove you to reach out to those people. If you look at your genealogy report and you see that, oh my gosh, X, Y, and Z have white lined, or X, Y, and Z have gone vacant, you guys, they're your level ones now, or they're your level twos. It's okay to reach down and say, hey, I'm just checking in on you. I'm giving a reach out to my team. See if there's any questions or advice or thoughts you might need. Hope you have a great July. Hope you're working towards Leaders Retreat. Let them know you care. That's pretty much what you're doing right there. And you're going to hear from people. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for reaching out. Nobody's reached out to me. That will help. That's going to help with some attrition, you guys. We need to really work on our attrition. If any of you have talked to any of the coaches or anybody?
We're losing you. If you can hear me, you're completely frozen.
Plexus Corporate, they've been talking lately because some attrition. Twice there's going to be a larger amount of attrition. Can you hear me now?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can't you saying that. But
can you hear me now? I said that if you've talked to anybody at corporate, what folks on this call that may have talked to corporate, whether a liaison or maybe a coach, they're talking a lot lately about attrition. That's a topic they're trying to cover because they're finding that they're getting phone calls in from, random ambassadors across the U.S. that are saying, can I move to a new team? Why? Well, because, I've got nobody training me. Can I move? And heard from up and, it's, I've got no support. So I think if you set yourself up as a leader that gives support, reaches out, looks at your reports. If you all don't know how to look at your reports and identify these kinds of people, please ask your upline. Reports can look daunting sometimes, and sometimes you look at it, you're like, I don't even really know what this means. Ask your upline. Reach out, guys. Don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid to ask questions. We are all more than happy to help you guys out. We want you guys to be successful. I mean, we want you guys to be able to achieve all your goals, and we can't do that if we don't know if there's something don't understand. So, okay, we've talked about attrition. We've talked about what to do with your newbies right when they get signed up. Also, if you gained a lot of new ambassadors last month, okay, and you didn't get points for them, your goal for them is to get them commission qualified for this month. So some people last month ran contests to get people to get their their convenience order turned on, check all of your newbies and ensure that their convenience order is turned on. If it's not, do everything you can to encourage them to get that convenience order turned on. All right, guys, that's a biggie, because that will take a lot of stress off of you come the end of the month when you're scrambling and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I've got 7 people whose convenience orders aren't turned on. Do that at the beginning of the month. Get their convenience orders turned on. It's the best way for them to get their products on time. Products that way. My coach emailed me yesterday, and he told me he was giving me percentages of my people whose convenience orders aren't turned on, which is a neat thing that he's able to do. But I was surprised. I was surprised that it wasn't higher than it is. But I did do a contest on my team, on the team page. A lot of you probably saw that said that was, if you turn your convenience order on, you can be entered to win cash. I'm doing that drawing today, probably at lunch. I had 2,800 people put their name in the hat for that contest. Yo, that's crazy. 2,000 people put their name in the hat. So if that tells you that contest meant something to people, and all they had to do was turn on their convenience order. That was it. There it is right there on the hill. You see it. So that might be something, if you guys are curious what I'm talking about, go on my page and you can scroll down. It's the one with that said "Let's Play," and it had a raft in the pool. Just a simple contest that I'd gotten off the Jewel Box, and the Jewel Box is it's a page that we have. Once you get to Jewels, it has ideas like this that we can then share with you guys. So just a second. Okay, so we've covered. Oh, I know something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay, so when we're talking about contesting, because a lot of people are like, Ross, what's a great contest for me to do? When I was building, and this is me all the way up until I was almost Sapphire, my most successful contests, and some of you that have been with me for a long time will remember these, are the ones where I used to simply do for everybody that signs up and with a welcome pack, you get entered to win X, Y, and Z. And your upline also gets entered as well. Your direct upline gets entered to win X, Y, and Z. And I would make these prizes great. I would maybe do a cash prize, and I would put them in for a drawing. And then, guys, it's great to also have smaller prizes too. So maybe I would draw for 3 people. This was always a successful contest because it was simple. People didn't have to think about it. They didn't have to add up points or figure out, I really don't know how this works. No, all they have to do is gain a level 1. Gain a level 1 with a welcome pack. That was it. Another thing, if you guys have a newbie that gains this month in July and also buys 100 so the commission qualify, you'll figure out a way to reward them for that. It doesn't have to be something massive, but not only should you give them some reward for that, and it could be a $10 gift card, it could be 20, it could be a bottle of something that you have extra laying around. Along with that, do a public announcement on your page and even on Power Team. I want to give Jennifer a shout out. Not only did she sign up this month, but she's already commission qualified for the acknowledgement. It's huge. It's huge for us, but for somebody that's new that doesn't even really understand this, that they're like, wait a minute, I've actually achieved something worthy of being talked about on this larger page. I mean, that's a really big deal. So make sure that you're really loving on these newbies and showing them how doing simple things can really be rewarding for them. Here, just one second. Family's hopping out of the car. Why aren't y'all going in? I need to put my shoes. Okay, put your shoes on and y'all can go on in. Because what? Oh, okay, that's fine. Why don't y'all go in and get it and bring it back out here? Yeah, just get me the whatever. Okay, sorry, this is our lunch break. Okay, so I'm looking at my notes here. All right, so for the contesting as well, you all know that your points will move a lot the 28th, 9th, and 30th of the month. That's when a lot of the auto quals from back in the day would always go through. When they used to be default set, they would be set for that time of every month. So that's why that time of every month, they kind of, you'll hop a bunch of points. But it will behoove you to get those points up earlier in the month. So a lot of people will break it down and they will do 2 contests. They'll do a contest that runs and ends about the 15th. And then they'll have a contest that runs and ends at the end of the month. I do contests. I actually do contests, and you'll see it a lot on my page, the last 6 to 7 days of the month. I'll do one early in the month, and then I'll do one the last 6 to 7 days. If you do one early in the month, you want people as qualified as possible. You want to be able to forecast where you're going to be at the end of the month. So let's get people qualified at the beginning of the month if you possibly can. That's going to be really, really vital to you. And so that you're not scrambling at the end of the month. Okay, so it's July. There's a lot of you that want to hit a goal this month. And guys, when people are like, oh, are you going to rank up this month? And people are like, no, I don't think it's going to hit this month. If you work a month like you are going to rank up, if you work your tail off on it, I tell you what, the next month, it's going to be so much easier for you to rank up. So much. You put your pedal to the metal now. You draw the line in the sand and you make that commitment to not stop until you hit that goal. Don't just throw in a towel thinking, oh, I'm just not going to make it this month, so I'm just going to kind of stop posting and stop encouraging. People do that all the time. All the time. And then I'll see other people that are like, and I kind of laugh. I'm like, there was a girl actually on our page. It was this past month on Power Team. And I had said to her, I was like, oh my gosh, girl, it looks like next month you're totally queued up to hit Senior Ruby. And she's like, next month? Ross, I'm doing it this month. I'm not stopping. And I'm like, do you really think you can do it? And she's like, absolutely, I can. And lo and behold, in the next 4 days, she hit Senior Ruby. And I loved that. I love it. It's like those kind of ambassadors remind me of the basics of, guys, just keep after it. If you really have a big lofty goal, if you're really putting it all out there, don't be afraid. Don't pull back. Don't pull back when somebody says no or somebody drops off your team. I mean, you push until you meet that goal. This whole journey is in your hands, completely in your hands. And I think back to when I was building. If I had pulled my foot off that pedal, I would have been so much further away from the goal. My goal was to help my son, was to help my children, was to, be an at-home mom. I was completely in control of that journey. My work, the amount of work I put in, the amount of, and there was things I sacrificed. I might have sacrificed a dinner with girlfriends. I might have sacrificed TV. But having that goal and letting that goal drive me and push me, I never took my foot off the pedal. I would hit the 25th of the month and I would see I'm probably not going to rank up. And I'm like, oh, well, let's see how far I can get. That frame of mind helped me keep going all the way to the end of the month. And then I remember one month I did it and I got so far that the next month I double ranked because I was so queued up. I gained so many new ambassadors that I knew, oh my gosh, the minute all those people commission qualify, I'm almost to the next rank. And I double ranked Senior Gold Ruby in January of 2014. And that's how I did that because I just kept going. That's kind of, if you have that mentality and you have that drive, make those lofty goals, guys. Make them. If you don't, nobody else is going to make them for you. This is your journey. Okay, Melissa, is there a topic that you want to make sure that I cover about July and about income producing activities that you are really knowing that we need to kind of knock out this month?
No, the big thing too, which I feel like that you've covered it, which I so appreciate, is really coming out, of the gate sprinting your first 2 weeks of the month. And
100%. Yes, Melissa. I've talked to another group earlier this morning, and I asked her, I said, so what are you going to do? What are your plans in the next few weeks? And she goes, well, let me tell you what I've done this morning. And that morning, she had already reached out to a whole bunch of people on the fence. She kind of gave them an urgency, hey, let's get you signed up. It's July 1st, so it's going to be 30 days. Another thing she did is she said, let me just explain this to you. If it interests you at all, they offer a $700 bonus if you go gold in the first month.
Right.
And if that interests you and that means building a team fast, just let me know. And some people are like, oh, that's overwhelming, whatever you're saying. Other people are like, $700, tell me more. So she put it out there. First of the month, she's putting it out there. And I like that because that's something I did not do at the beginning because, to be completely honest, I didn't know about Fast Start Gold until I'd been an ambassador probably about 6 months. And once I found out about it, I was like, oh, gosh, I know a lot of my ambassadors would have gunned for it. So try to pitch that out too, to not only potentials, but to newbies. Just saying, and people are like, I'm really kind of interested in this. Tell me more about it. You're like, well, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. If you sign up and in the first 30 days, you get 20 people on your team, you make $700 extra bucks. That's on top of your commission. And people are like, whoa, this is a lot of money. You're like, well, yeah, you make a lot of money with this. You know, it opens up conversations of, wow, there's a lot of money potential here. These conversations in the first few days of this month is vital, guys. You got to get people excited. You got to start now. Don't wait till the end of the month and then be like, I think I can push. We're pushing from day one. We're going into this. We're going to just kind of throw off the gloves and say, all right, game on. Let's do this and let's see if I work this as if I'm about to rank up from the beginning of the month, from the first day of the month. How many of you have been involved in a rank advancement and you were working so hard and it was so exciting and they got there and you were like squealing and jumping up and down and everyone in the chat says, y'all realize if we worked like this throughout the month, how much further we'd be along? And I see nods across the board on this call because you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, I've been with this for 4 years and I've seen it over and over and over again. The group, and you guys, so people are like, okay, I want to do this, and I feel kind of nervous. I mean, how would I do this alone? Guys, group up, find some running partners. Make sure that you're pairing up with somebody on the team, or maybe 3 or 4 of you get in a chat. You know, maybe after this call, Melissa says, okay, I want to know who wants to gun for a lofty goal, and we'll put you in a lofty goal chat or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm posing something for Melissa. She's like, Roz, what are you doing? You just set up a new group for me. But anything. I mean, maybe it's a July runner group, and you guys get in there, and every day, people that say, I want to do something every day. Granted, every day means for me not Sunday. But, you know, every day I can. I want to do something. I want to do some action. I want to get in there. I want to be involved. I want to make a change for my family and for me. I'm in. Show me what to do. If this is going to take me 1 month to get my business rolling, how do I do it? Those are runners, guys. Group up in this. Please do this. And you guys all get together and be like, okay, and every day you guys can have something going on. There might be a day when distractions come your way, when you've got family, you've got stuff going on. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up if you, in your heart, you want to rock this every day, but there's days of the month that you can't. That's okay. You just make up for it the next day. Brush that off and move on. Say, man, that was hard. I had all the kids home and my husband was traveling and I have no food in the house and I can't just sit here and stare at my phone. Then don't. Put the phone down, get everything settled, set some time for yourself to rock your business and hop back on and rock your business. Guys, there's sacrificing and then there's complete, ignoring everything around you. Do this smart. Do it wise. Even include your family in on it. Hey guys, there's a contest on this page, and if I win this, I'm going to win whatever it might be, $100, $200, and for your kids. If I win that, we're all going to wherever together. We're all going to get ice cream, double scoops at wherever. We're all going to, 5 and under and picking out a prize. Whatever it is, I've included my kids on stuff. My kids would see me doing these calls, and I'd be like, guys, after this call, we're all going to do X, Y, and Z. Or if Mama gets to Sapphire, I'm taking everybody out to the hibachi restaurant y'all want to go to. And so then they were excited. They're like, Mom, are you on one of those calls? Are we going to go to that restaurant? I'm like, yeah, we are.
That's great. So I think that key is that.
Sorry.
Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I think it's key, exactly what you said, is rallying together. The teams that I see with really, really heavy momentum, they've rallied together and they're doing it as a team of communicating or doing training calls and things like that. So I think that one.
Yes.
Another one that I'd love to hear from you on is we really are seeing a lot of people that are bringing on new ambassadors. They have their welcome packs, but they are not doing the next step of convenience orders. And so would love to hear if you even have any advice. All of my ambassadors, I actually either am doing it with them in person or I'm over the phone with them. So that convenience order is on. But for a lot of our people, they have their new ambassadors do it all by themselves. And I think that that's where the convenience order isn't getting turned on. Do you have any thoughts towards that?
Yes, you guys, I would not have anybody sign up without you being on with them. I mean, there's times when people will go ahead and just sign up and say, hey, guess what? I signed up. Sometimes you can't be there. But if they've already signed up, then say, hey, let's get on a call with them where you're at your computer or at your phone and say, let's go ahead and pull up your back office for a second and let me verify it's all set up correct. Okay? You guys do this. And not only just to make sure their convenience order is set up, also make sure it's set up to run early in the month, before the 15th. The only way you guys are going to know that it's set up right is if you look. So tell them, hey, let's get on there. And then that gives them an opportunity to ask you any questions they might have. And guys, for you that are gaining a lot of level 1s, I know this takes a minute, but it is so worth it. It is so, when you work so hard to get these new ambassadors, guys, take full care of them. And like I say, Melissa, either stay on with them and say, let's go ahead and sign up together. I had a girl, she's in the Virgin Islands right now. She's sending me all of her information. She's vacationing. She's not there. We're not open at the Virgin, but she's sending me all of her information and saying, Ross, will you get me signed up? I'm like, absolutely. So I'm going to sign her up with a convenience order and everything. She can turn it off if she chooses to. But I'm just going to say, hey, I'm going to get you all signed up, and I'm going to give you all your passcode and all your information. I'm going to tell you exactly how it's set up, and then I'm going to send it back to her. This is the same stuff I would do if I was on the phone with her. I would say, okay, go to the next page. You need to do this. You have to fill out a convenience order. This is your best way to ensure that you're going to get your products at the same time every month. So let's go ahead and get this filled out. You know, I don't tell them they have to. I'm never deceitful, and I'm not going to lie to my ambassadors just to try to get them to turn a convenience order on. But I tell them how vital it is. And you guys, speak with conviction. When you talk to your people, say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Your best set we're going to set you up for success. You need your convenience order turned on. That will make you most successful with these products. Done. That's you're being honest, and that's going to be your best way to get this all set up.
Yeah. I love that. And guys, I would also just say, like, today is July 1st. Like, set up this beginning of your month of even going and looking at your reports. People that you haven't reached out to, set it up in your schedule to reach out to them on Monday or Wednesday, Thursday, sometime in there, to reach out and go through those pieces. Don't feel like that you're like, man, they've been with me for 2 months and I never did it. Go and do it now. So great points to be able to reach out, help them with their back office, look at everything. And then lastly, and then I'm going to let you go eat, 3-way calls, 3-way messages. Have you teams with high momentum really utilize that?
Yes, I actually have. And somebody who's really, chanced this is Tamara Holloway. She's one of the top diamonds. She was just at Musha K. And she said she always does 3-way calls. And what she'll do is she'll find out if somebody is interested in doing the business. And then if they are, she's going to say, hey, listen, we're going to get on, like Melissa would be like, we're going to get on with Roz, and the two of us will be there. Hey, Melissa, can you mute everybody again?
Yeah.
There's a group that's pretty, I hear it extra loud in the.
Okay.
Thank you. Great. Thanks. Yeah. But y'all set up a 3-way call, and I had this happen one time with a friend of mine that wanted me to join something years ago. And it was really uncomfortable the way she did it. She's like, I'd love for you to join my team, and I'm going to go ahead and call you, and I'm going to have my whatever sponsor on there. And we both really want to talk to you. Okay. All of a sudden I was like, okay, that feels uncomfortable. What I say is, hey, my upline and I will hop on the phone and we'll be there and answer any questions you have. Fill you in on anywhere that you might be confused. Give you any, if you want to hear our stories or hear anything, are you interested in chatting with us? I put it in their court, and they're like, yeah, I'd love to, or no, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, great. But I put that up for every single person that joins. It's like, okay, hey, we're going to get on the call. You just totally pepper us with questions, and we will totally set you up to succeed. That's it. Try to get a 3-way call with all of your level 1s and all of your newbies. Make sure, too, that for all your level 1s that you're talking to all of them in the next 48 hours and helping them goal plan for this month. They need to be goal planning right now. I've already reached out to all of my level 1s this morning. I didn't reach out to Melissa because I knew we had this call, but everybody else I've already reached out to. I've said, and to some of them I've just shot them a message. Hey, what are your July goals? Let's get you moving. I'm available. I tell them when I'm available. Let's talk. Let's get a plan down on paper and let's get you moving. For my newbies, hey, it's July 1st, best day to really kick off your business. Let's get on the horn real quick and we can talk a little bit more about how we, some things you can do each day to move the needle. Let's get you some money in that bank account. Let's get some of your products paid for, whatever their goal is. I know your goal is $500. Let's make sure we have it written down what your, how you can achieve that goal. Let's make sure we have it written, let's chat and we can lay it out and figure out exactly how to make $500. Make these calls to your level 1s. It's also a good time to find out what their goals are, what their whys are, if you don't even know. Make sure you're writing that down. This is my book right here. This is my trusty Plexus book. I've used half of it. I've used this for years. All these are notes. These are all calls, strategy calls, coaching calls. Everything I have is in this book. I can flip to the page that says Melissa Shaver, and I can tell you exactly what we talked about in a certain meeting at a certain time. I can look at it and see what her goals were at that time. I can see who she's been praying for. I can see who she sees as struggling and that she wants to wrap her arms around. She loves you guys big. A lot of this book is Melissa Shaver right here, and I love it. And let me tell you, it's amazing to watch her lead you all. And I want you all to be the kind of leader Melissa is. She really knows what's going on with each of you. And if she doesn't know, she wants to know because she wants to help you guys succeed. I feel the same way about my other level 1s. I want to see them succeed, so I do everything I can to take notes, write down where I can coach them, write down what kind of contesting they're doing, seeing if I can help them with a contest, seeing if I can help them make a Frank's list, seeing in any way that I can help them move the needle and achieve their goal. You got anything else for Melissa?
That's it. The last thing I want to close with, guys, is whenever you go out and set those goals with your new people, with your level 1s, if they say, I want to add 3 ambassadors and 3 customers, don't say, hey, that's great. You need to set an action plan. So you need to also hear what the action plan is of what they're going to do every day to get those 3 customers and 3 ambassadors. Don't just leave it at the big goal. Like, figure out what the steps are. And if they don't know the steps, help them with the steps. And then ask if you can be accountable, if y'all can be accountable to each other the rest of the month. So can I check in with you every week? To see how you're doing and if you have any questions. So make sure that you don't just go, oh, wow, it's a great pie in the sky goal and leave them. Make sure they know that they have to do something every single day to make that goal accomplished.
Absolutely. And you know what? If they don't, also on that same thread, guys, make sure you're helping your newbies post. Yeah. Make sure you're helping them communicate the value of Plexus on social media. And that means posing up compliant posts on your team page and putting at the top in bold, great post to share. Right. And they'll grab it and start sharing it because a lot of times they have no idea what's compliant and what's not until they get educated. So let's start, guys. I've seen more success on my team when I queue up a whole bunch of posts and everyone starts sharing it. They love it because they know it's compliant. They know it's something that can move the needle. And then, or I'll say, hey, here's a really creative way this girl did this. You guys create your own post. Make one that's your own that's just like this. And it gives people an idea. Oh, that's creative. I'm going to go try that. So getting people posting and getting the word out there, whether it's on Instagram or on Facebook, those are the 2 biggest platforms that are used. That's going to be vital.
Yeah.
Anything else, Miss Melissa?
No, thank you so much.
Okay.
We so
All right.
appreciate you, and this has been fantastic. Guys, thanks for jumping on the line on a holiday weekend. I appreciate your dedication just to your business.
Thank you, you guys. And let's have an amazing July. And if you guys need anything, you reach out to all of us, and we'll do everything we can to help you achieve your goals, guys, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Roz.
Sure
Goodbye,
thing. Okay, bye, guys.